Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen and this is Hard Rock University. Now what I'm doing is mining. Doesn't look like conventional mining, but it is. This is an ore body. It's an old mine dump that's been left here. The grade's kind of an intermediate grade, but we found through a very simple test that if you screen it, the screenings are about 2.5 times the overall grade, and the coarser material is half of the grade. So we can get a much better material to haul out of here simply by screening. Not only that, but then I don't have to crush it. So that makes for a great deal of simplicity. And whenever you've got an old mine dump, you should always test it, see what the grade is. But if it's got any reasonable amount of gold, you should always screen it and check and see if that gives you an upgrade. Ryan's ore, it was about 2 to 1. This stuff here, it's 2.5 to 1. That is not unusual at all. So I have this cheap little screen here. I've got 1/2 inch expanded metal. Expanded metal is a good durable screen. This material is about maybe 3/8 minus, 5/16 minus. And you may ask yourself, why does it do that? Why is the fines better than the coarse? The reason is most of the minerals that are associated with the gold are softer than the gangue material, the rock. Quartz is hard, feldspar is medium. Various sulfides tend to be a bit softer. The oxides, the limonite, the hematite, especially as spongy as it is when it oxidizes, tends to be soft. So as you blast the rock, pick up the rock, move the rock, put the rock in the ore bin, etc. Every time you move it, you're grinding it a little bit. So the softer minerals tend to be ground off of the larger particles, and you tend to concentrate that in the fines. Not a guarantee, but it's always worth checking. Now this thing right here is kind of bulky, so let me show you how to fold this thing up. You can make one of these. I say this costs about 50 bucks in materials, and makes it nice and easy. Okay, so these are long legs, just got some screws here. Be pretty fragile and bulky to hold. So you'll notice there's one screw here with a circle around it. Back that out just a little bit. This has to swing all the way around like this. This one just folds like that. Okay. So now this screw comes out here. That leg in place. These just go in and basically lay almost flush with that inner board there. That keeps them from being damaged. breaking down a little. And there you go. In 5 minutes or less, you get a much more compact and secure package here. It's not going to get broken nearly as easily. So that's how you transport it. Then when you get out here, you just reverse the process. You notice it's built so that the wheelbarrow goes underneath it. Now, this is pretty close to the dump, but you might, especially by the time we get over there, it's going to be a lot farther run. So by doing this, you can take it however far you need. In this case, it's only a couple of feet, but I just dumped 150, 200 pounds of oversize, just that easy. So that's why you do that. Underneath is a piece of scrap steel that was laying around here. We call that a slick sheet in the small mining. You often will lay that in front of a blast before you blast, because it's real easy to pick the material up off of it. So I've got this temporary slick sheet. The other thing is, these timbers right here are not terribly stable. I'm over bedrock, but this edge here is a little bit sketchy. They're old and rotten, so that distributes the weight also. As a general rule, you're going to want to set this screen up towards the bottom of the dump, or at least a certain level for the dump. You may take it down in sections, but the reason is you can just reach up and drag it down to you. Real easy. Now, don't use a long handle shovel, use a T-handle shovel. And this is actually the cheapest one they had. It's the smallest one they had. The smaller it is, the easier it is inside a tunnel to use. But here's the advantage. You just put it and just lean. And by doing that, you can save a lot of wear and tear on your arms. And when you put it up on the screen, the higher up, the better, because you got more screen. And you don't want to dump it all in one big pile. You want to kind of meter it onto the screen. Likewise, there's no sense in extra big shovelfuls. Whatever's comfortable to manipulate that way. Currently I'm just taking it at waist level. And then once you've moved it out a bit, you just bring yourself some more. Gravity works. Just that easy. Why chase the muck? Let the muck come to you. See how quickly I can do that. I'm not hardly breathing heavy either. Get a little more. Now, see the dust is blowing away? If it was much windier, you might want to hang a little tarp around this to minimize that, because there will be gold in that dust. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting a bulk sample of fine material to do my metallurgical testing on, to do the extraction processing. And this is a nice, easy way to do it. So look at how much I got here in just a couple hours work, all by my little lonesome, with no crushing required. And there's about 800 pounds of decent grade ore. And there we go. In 2 days we've sampled the declines, got well over 500 pounds of material from the dump. We're ready to head back in and do some more testing. So if you ever got a dump like this, you can make a screen, just a cheapo little screen like this, and produce quite a lot of material real quick for processing. So happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.